What's going on, guys? My name is Dan Crosby, aka Lambo Lapdog, and in this video I'm going to answer the most common question I get asked: what do I do for a living? Now, let me just preface this whole video by saying it's pretty irrelevant what I do for a living. There's really only three things that got me here, and that's work ethic, determination, and perseverance. Now, I also feel like, when a lot of people ask me, what do I do for a living, they're kind of looking for something that they could apply to their life. Now, just remember, what I am good at and what I'm passionate about may not be what you're good at and what you're passionate about. You always want to stick with what you're good at, what you enjoy. That will kind of, push you to, your success. Now, what do I do for a living? I own a real estate investment firm, and I own a nutritional manufacturing facility. Now, at the nutritional manufacturing facility, what we do is, we private label nutritional products for different brands, different stores, even gyms and personal training studios. We also have our own in-house brand called Canadian Protein. The website is canadianprotein.com. I'll link it in the description below. If you guys want to, if anybody out there actually wants to order from us, I'll actually put a discount code up on the screen here and in the description as well. Lambo Lapdog, and what you'll do is you'll get, or what that code will give you is 10% off your first order if you guys decide to order. Now, it's kind of an interesting story how I actually came into start owning supercars. About 12 years ago, the Windsor real estate market was actually not good at all. It was kind of, the Windsor real estate market was never, as long as I've been alive, really, it's never really been that great. But I always had kind of like a drive for real estate. I always wanted to get involved into real estate. Now, about 12 years ago, I bought my first package of condos on the water from all the money that I've saved when I was, as young as even 8 years old doing papers. So I ended up buying this package deal of condos on the water. Fast forward 8 years, 9 years from there, I ended up selling off the less premium units of that package. And right when I sold them, the market had exploded in Windsor here. So I ended up cashing out because I bought those units on, pennies on the dollar. So that's actually, and then when I sold out of them, I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna buy a car that I really can enjoy, that I've always really wanted. And I bought my first Lamborghini, which is the white Huracan that you guys see on Instagram. Back in November to, I believe I only owned it for actually a couple months. From like November-ish of 2017 to I think early January. And so that was my first supercar that I ever owned, and that's how I ended up getting it. Now, after that supercar, I ended up owning, or after that Lamborghini, I ended up owning a matte black Aventador Roadster, which I also sold a couple months later. And I sold it, and then I ended up purchasing this black Aventador SV. Now, on the previous two, I ended up actually making money, which might be kind of an interesting video if anybody's interested in how I did that. But that's pretty much the gist of it, guys. I guess another thing that I want to mention in this video is why I actually started the channel. Now, this has all kind of come to a shock to me because I never really wanted to put myself out there as, a Lamborghini owner or whatever. I didn't want to get the bad publicity or whatever, or any of the hate. But as I've done these videos, and really the main reason why I actually did the videos was just to kind of, when I go out with the car, some of my buddies like to, they're photographers, they're some of them are videographers, or they just love to take cool videos and they have fun doing it. So when I would take the car out, we would just, snap some pictures, take some funny videos and post them up on YouTube for everybody else to kind of see. And I never really expected it to go anywhere. The name even Lambo Lapdog kind of came out of nowhere, and the only reason why I really even picked it was because it was available. But as we were doing these videos with these cars, you get to meet a lot of people, and you get to meet, especially younger people, but even older people as well. And when they listen to my story or they ask me about my story, they end up getting inspired, and even I could see that there's a new sense of hope in them because they also didn't come from money. I didn't come from money, and my parents aren't rich. I didn't come from a bad family or whatever, but I didn't come from money. I didn't win the lottery. I had to build this all up to this point in my life myself. With obviously key help from a lot of great employees as well. And I can't take that away from them. But I solely own these two companies, and I started them myself from scratch. So when a lot of other people hear that, I feel like, or they tell me, like, the feedback that I get from them is super positive. So I feel like I wanted to kind of put this out there because I wish there was somebody when I was coming up. Social media wasn't really that big when I started the companies, and I wish there was somebody, I guess, tangible that I could relate to kind of inspire me in the beginning. And that's the great thing about social media. So with that said, that's why I'm actually putting myself out there now with the car, because I feel like from the positive experiences and the positive messages that I've gotten, going out with the car significantly outweighs any of the negative. So that's why I ended up deciding to kind of put this out there, because, like I said, if I can inspire or even help change the course of some kid's life where maybe they're not doing that great in school, or maybe they're not really motivated right now, but if I can kind of put this out there and tell them, like, hey, you know what, like, I was in your shoes at one point. I'm coming from the same viewpoint as you, because when I was growing up or when I was starting, I never thought I would be here either, but I'm here now. I'm able to have my dream car, sitting behind me. This is reality. So, if I'm able to do this for a couple kids, even just a couple kids, then I want to do that, because I wish that there was something there for me to kind of latch on and kind of inspire me when I was coming up. So that's pretty much the gist of it, guys. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please subscribe and please leave me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.